online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up.
That is so hot.
That is kind of dope.
Yeah. The beat is just so dope. Okay, so we're not talking about Sam Smith, even though I absolutely love Sam Smith. So this is AFTERBUZZ TV, MTV Virgin Territory, episode number 7, you guys. 777. I like the number 7. I don't know why.
The number of completion.
Yeah, the number of completion. And I am your host, Madison Chase, your celebrity trainer to the stars and the star in you, because I feel like everybody is a star. You just have to make powerful choices. And my job as a trainer is to help you make a powerful choice. And also, one of the choices I've made, and the reason why I wanted to do this show, is that I am a virgin.
Da-da!
Da-da! So I'm also your no sex till marriage expert. So that's what I am, and that's what I do. And sitting next to me, Stephanie, she's gone. We miss her, right?
We miss her. That's my homie.
But we also have the incredible. He's back again.
Back again.
Back again. The
like
writer.
I never left.
Yeah, you never left. We have Matthew.
Matthew writes, what's up, everybody?
Yes.
Back at the AFTERBUZZ. So happy. Thanks for having me again, Madison.
You're the best.
Like,
I'm glad you
you're
came.
the
best. I love it. So, episode 7.
Let's get right into it.
I'm liking episode 7. How about you?
I do too. It was really good outside of the 2 characters that I don't like. Outside of that, I enjoyed the episode.
It?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Okay, so we'll talk about the first virgin. She was on episode number 6, Miss Anike. I think we have a picture of her, and she is so super cute. And so she is deciding, after dating her boyfriend Julian for a year.
Right.
I think the last episode, she kind of got mad at him, like, because he was late for her event that we loosely said was not really, we said quotation marks for the event, because it was really like a house party.
It was like a house party.
It was like a house party.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But so I love that she was, they were getting ready to actually do it. I love the rose petals on the bed. I thought that was so cute.
I just wish it was a different bed and not the bed at her mama's house.
Yes, at the mama's house. I was like, really? Anike, you gonna do it at your mama's house? Come on, Anike, don't do it at your mama's house.
Not your mama. It's an anniversary. You can get a hotel room. Hampton Inn if you're on a budget.
And get a Groupon.
Get a Groupon. You might get like the Embassy Suites or something like that.
And
it's
do
anniversary
something
time.
nice. Yeah, have like some little champagne. Well, she doesn't drink.
Yeah, she doesn't drink.
But she could.
But I like the roses, like you said.
That was nice.
That was hot.
Yeah, I like that, and I like that it said "I love you." But I guess people do that like for weddings and special occasions.
I don't, but I probably should.
You probably should. Don't tell on yourself,
right,
Matthew. So you could add that to your repertoire. So we're learning things. Roses, like from Coming to America, like trink, trink, trink. We like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like that. But I did like. Yeah. Write it down. Take
roses.
Notes.
Boom.
Rose petals. Yes. But I like before she actually, when they were on their way to actually about to get it in.
Right.
Get it. She said she had some ground rules.
Okay.
And, well, what did you feel about the ground rules? I actually liked that she seems like she's very organized.
Right.
Like she's like, okay, I need you to go extremely slow.
Right.
I need tons of foreplay.
I need you to be gentle.
Yeah, I need you to be gentle. And I think her biggest fear was the pain part of it.
Right. Which is understandable.
Yeah, that is understandable. Because I know for me, I'm like, okay, there's really nothing you could do about the pain. Like, the pain is going to be inevitable, being a virgin. Like, that's just gone. I'm ready for it. But, I'm a trainer, so I like to work out. And sometimes
no
I like
pain,
to
no
gain.
gain.
Right. Yeah, especially with that. It's going to be great. Yeah, I loved it, but I loved that her mom was like, no hanky
No
panky.
hanky-panky.
Yeah, I felt like they needed like a little record scratching, like
Right,
when the
right,
mama
right.
was like,
Exactly.
Anike. I was like, oh, your mama's downstairs.
Downstairs.
It is not going
Up
down.
doing homework.
Right.
She had to go
Yeah,
home.
you got to go. You got to go. So let's talk about your girl. The next girl, your favorite girl, Shelby.
The sorority girl
yes.
who finally got her boobs done.
She did.
She feels so much better about herself.
Which is so crazy to me because I
Yeah,
think she
super
is
crazy.
so pretty, so Shelby. Let me
Yeah.
just have a few moments. From Texan to Texan, right? Big hair, I'm with you. Big boobs, you got them already. So, but you didn't really need them. Like, you are such a beautiful girl, Shelby.
She is.
Yeah.
She felt like her boobs were going to make her more attractive and she would be
Yes.
more confident, and she needed to look within because she's a beautiful
Yes,
girl.
She's a beautiful
Yeah.
girl, and she's got talent. She could dance. You in
Right,
school.
right,
You got
right.
a lot going for you. But I love the fact that because I've known some girls to get their boobs done.
Okay.
You know some girls.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And typically when you get them done, like you want to put them on display for the
No
whole
bra,
world. Yeah.
low
No
cut
bras,
tops.
low cut tops.
Absolutely.
Everything you want to show your money makers
Hello?
that you just bought and purchased.
Right.
So she didn't do that, and maybe it's because it was cold in Texas.
Probably so.
And she couldn't really do that. So I was like, okay. Now let's talk about her new boo. She's got a new boo,
She has a new boo.
which I think is funny because his name is Austin, Texas.
Right.
Like, I think that's hysterical. Like, yeah. So they go to Savannah's ranch,
Okay.
which is like, okay, I'm like, okay, Texas. So let me just make a disclaimer. Not everybody in Texas has a ranch. Not everybody in Texas actually has horses and cows, even though I really like horses and cows.
Okay.
Like, if I were living in Texas, I probably would want to have horses and cows. And
Understandable.
yeah, I probably wouldn't want to have pigs and no chickens.
Yeah,
No chickens.
No pigs, no
I mean, but
hogs.
maybe I would have chickens because then I could use the eggs and eat the egg whites because that's something I would do.
Just go to the market and get
I know,
organic
but
eggs.
but yeah, if I knew what I was feeding my chickens, then it would
Okay.
it'd be okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. So when they go on their second date, Shelby and Austin,
Right.
I feel like she needs to date more. I feel like
Yeah.
like he's nice. Like they were already, and I just don't. Okay, here's my thing. When you first meet somebody, like they initially, and I know this is a show about them being virgins, so
Right.
maybe they had to talk about it. But that's like not date 2 conversation. Like, hey, by the way, my name is Shelby and I just got my boobs done. Because that was conversation number 1 when she first met
Yeah.
him. Like, nobody should know about your body parts. Nobody should
Not that
really
soon.
know. Yeah,
Too
not that
soon,
soon.
too
So,
soon.
so from a guy's perspective, 1, have you ever dated a girl that's a virgin? And 2, what you want to know, like initially from the gate, she's a virgin, date 1 or date 2.
Question 1: have I dated a girl that was a virgin? Yes.
Okay.
Um.
And when did you find out she was a virgin?
Well, I've dated 2 girls.
That are virgins? Wow, you're
Who
like
were
the virgin.
virgins.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm like the virgin
Matthew.
magnet.
You're the virgin magnet. That's like maybe the PK in you.
It might be the
preacher's
PK in
kid.
me.
They're like attracted. Like he loves
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right.
And he's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy, and that
and he
turns
could
me
sing.
on.
And
So
you write.
this is the thing. The first girl I had heard from like her friends. So she really didn't have to tell me. So like on the first
Okay.
date, she was kind of like, "Well, I'm sure you've heard that I'm a virgin." So it was kind of like that.
Okay.
But I was like a sophomore in college, so I was like 18, 19. So
Okay.
that really doesn't count.
Yeah, that is kind of.
It kind of counts, but it
Yeah.
really doesn't count. But like being like,
It depends on the school probably too. Like if you went to a party animal school.
I definitely went to a party animal school.
Okay, well,
like
that
we were
counts.
known in the nation for being like the top party school. It's a
Wow,
mess. But
okay.
the second girl, I was like an adult. I was in my mid-20s, so it was
Okay.
a lot different.
Right.
And I did not know she was a virgin. But
Really?
on the first date, she asked me, "So how many girls have you been with?"
And I just don't think that's appropriate.
It was not appropriate. And I didn't ask her back because 1, I really
You
didn't
already-
want to know.
Yeah.
But like she finally came around maybe like a month into it.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to plan like a little trip.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Well, I just want you to know that, you know, if we're going to be in the same room, nothing's going to really happen because I'm a virgin."
Okay.
So it took her like a month
Mm-hmm.
to tell me. But she wanted to know about me like from the jump.
Initially.
So I say that to say that I think that's way too much information.
Yes, initially.
You should get to know someone.
I totally
first
agree.
Before you want to know about their
their
sex life.
sexual history, past, lack, thereof.
Yeah, like that's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I've had some of my guy friends and they say, okay, Madison, and I think Angel, she was my first co-host. She was just kind of like, you know, I think when you get older, that's a conversation that you should have. Not saying that you shouldn't have that conversation, but I just think the timing of the conversation
is so important.
Yeah, because if we're not
important.
even talking about dating or having a relationship, you don't need to know my history or lack thereof. Now that I'm doing the show, people know.
Right.
And I don't really care because I'm dating somebody. Yeah, but I'm saying like that was something that I used to get all the time. Like you should introduce yourself and, hey, by the way, I'm a virgin. You're not getting any. Yeah.
I disagree with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree too. So. Yeah, but one of the scenes that I liked was Savannah's daddy. Like he was like,
oh yeah,
hysterical. I loved his
He's a
little
comedian.
Yeah, he was like a comedian, like a slap. Like he was just very like off the cuff. Like, yeah, I liked her dad. That was cool to me. Yeah, but at the end he was like, you know, when they were at in front of the fire and getting ready, like setting the romantic scene.
Right.
He was like, you look beautiful.
You look beautiful. He didn't say you are beautiful.
I was like,
he said you look beautiful.
You look beautiful. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Like, what do you like my hat? You like my makeup?
Is my outfit nice?
My outfit's cute.
Or am I nice?
Right, just, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Are you going to think I'm beautiful without this makeup on?
Right.
That's what women want to know. So fellas out there, don't ever tell a girl. You could tell if it's like a special occasion.
Right. You look nice tonight.
Yeah.
But you should always tell her that she's beautiful.
She's beautiful. Yeah. So, Austin.
It goes a long way, Austin.
Yeah. Don't say you look beautiful. No. Say she is beautiful because she is beautiful.
She is a very beautiful girl.
Yeah, I think she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So, moving on to my favorite.
David. My boy.
Now, I think he, like, when you talk about virgins, David.
Would you look at this picture?
Yes. I thought it was so cute. Like he epitomizes. It's a picture of him skiing. If you're listening on iTunes,
I've never been skiing.
I've never been skiing. Is that
go,
like a black thing? Black people do on like snow or water? Because I swim, and I know a lot of black people like.
I swim, man.
Yeah.
A lot of blacks don't like that. I don't know too many black people that have gone skiing. Like, I have a sister, and she goes all the time.
Because I know they have the Black Ski Summit, and I've never been.
Yeah.
No? Okay. But I like that he was like, pizza. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go skiing, and I'm going to try the pizza and the french fries. I thought that was cute. So pizza is when you turn the skis in so that the skis actually stop. But yeah,
I'm gonna forget that when I get on the slopes.
That's all I'm gonna remember. It's like pizza, French fries. Even though I like pizza from California Pizza Kitchen. It's great. I like it. Okay, so so he falls, right?
He
falls, and then they have this conversation. I actually like his friends.
His friends are super cool.
Friends.
Like I can hang with them, especially when they broke down first base, second base, third base, and home
so let's
plate.
talk about that. So David's mine, and I think when you talk about virgin, he is the epitome of a virgin. Never been kissed.
Never been kissed.
Never done anything sexual. Probably not even holding hands.
Right.
Because even his kiss is not really a kiss.
He grabbed the back of her head. Like, it was just so
like she was getting ready to get arrested, right? Like, give me them lips.
Okay.
That's kind of what it was. So
it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. So his definition of first base is, I wrote this down because I was like, wow, bless his heart. First base to David is kissing. And then second base is kissing with tongue.
Right.
And then third base is taking each other's clothes off and have sex with a condom. And then fourth base is clothes off, sex, no condom.
Right.
So his friends had to break it down to him.
Like,
no.
First base is kissing and making out.
Yeah, and tongue.
And with tongue.
Yeah.
Second base was all that, and like you kind of are like touching and feeling.
Foreplay, clothes off.
Yeah, the whole foreplay. Third base is oral sex.
Yeah.
Home plate, like the home run, is sex.
Yes. I was like, oh, bless
I don't know
his
how
heart.
he got to having that on on third base. And his friends were trying to tell him it doesn't really matter if it's with the condom or without a condom. Like sex is
sex.
Like sex is sex. That's home. That's like home run.
Right. I was laughing.
He said, "Well, I didn't know."
Yeah,
We know.
We know you didn't know. He's just so sweet. I really like David. He's sweet.
He's cool.
Yeah, and you can see like the progression of his look. You know, I feel like he's getting better. Maybe that's the show saying, or the producers saying, "Okay, let's take you and give you a little makeover," because he actually looks more handsome. But okay, so let's talk about the strawberries and the chocolate on the date. So he calls Cairo his new girlfriend, and we're going to use that term loosely because I still think he's kind of feeling out what those words mean.
He said, "I guess she's my girlfriend."
Right.
I'm like, you have to like ask her so she can be a
so she could be a part of it.
Right. You can't just say, "You're my girlfriend now." Oh, I am? Oh, okay,
really?
great. Right.
Okay, we'll talk about that later because I think that's, 2014. Do people still do that? You want to be my girlfriend?
We'll definitely discuss that.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Yeah, because I need to know.
I might be in like 12 relationships according to 2014
12.
standards.
You might be in 12?
My goodness.
Okay. All right. So, So the strawberries and chocolate. So he made spaghetti. And I guess is that like the first date dinner, like spaghetti and French bread?
I think that's like the traditional first date dinner.
Okay.
Like,
And what's the movie with the two dogs when they kiss each other?
Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. Yes.
I
was going to say them on Dalmatians.
Cute.
And they like had the spaghetti. Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of what they did.
Right.
In a way. When they were feeding each other strawberries and then they changed the music up and it was like awkward.
Very awkward. Like the way he was holding the strawberry and he was like, "Is it good?"
Yeah, and he was
Did you enjoy it?
He was tilting his head like a little dog that was confused, like what was happening.
I was like, "Oh, David, bless his heart."
But yeah, it was cute. I liked the song that they were playing.
The song was dope.
It was pretty dope. Like I'm gonna have to go to MTV.com and see what
find
song
out what
it was.
song
I was like, yes.
I enjoyed the song they were playing.
Yeah.
But the feeding of the strawberries,
But okay, even before they got to the strawberries, like I think people don't have conversations, like great conversations. Like if you can't really talk to somebody before you actually decide to be intimate, is this somebody you really need to be intimate with? Because I'm like they were struggling in the conversation.
Like pulling teeth.
It was like pulling teeth. So I'm like, I really think he should keep kissing the way y'all kissing, which is just the pecks. Because I really feel like he needs to date more women to be comfortable. Like he feels very uncomfortable.
He's not completely sure of himself. So he needs to go out, meet other women, interact with various types of girls.
I agree.
To just kind of, get his whole thing together.
Yeah.
Because it ain't there yet.
It's not there. It's
miles away.
Yeah. So, but we have some suggestions for you, David. But I love that he's trying, and I love that she's trying to. Because I feel like if she had to be his first girlfriend and his first everything, I feel like it would be a great fit.
I agree.
Yeah. Like I feel like they're good for
I
each
do
other.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay, so let's get to the 2014 will you be my girlfriend, will you be my boyfriend conversation. How does that happen? Especially, so let me tell you.
Here we go.
Let me tell you this story.
Let me get some of my drink.
Okay. So I meet this guy, right? And we exchange information. He's cool. We've met through a mutual friend and, kind of in similar industries. And he sends me a text message like, hey, and he goes to this really popular event, the Super Bowl. And he's texting me and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Good morning. Good morning. And then I was like, that is so nice. He is thinking about me in the morning. That is just so nice. But I guess what else he was thinking about in the morning time?
What?
His little thing that happens to wake him up first.
Got you.
So he sends me a picture of that. I was like, is this what people do when they first meet in 2014? Because I don't get that.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that next. So let's talk about 2014. How do people get in a committed relationship? What do they say? And Marissa, you could chime in because I know you said you have a man. So how did that happen for you? But
she
go
got
ahead.
A man.
Marissa got a man.
No, for me, 2014, trying to date.
In LA versus North Carolina.
Being in North Carolina or in Atlanta. being in LA trying to date, for me, trying to date is tough because I get so bored so fast. Like,
do you? Because there's so many women? Because you have so many options?
It's just that you have to keep my attention.
I got you.
So we exchange information, like we're out at an event. I know some of your friends. I got someone want you to meet. Okay, cool. We exchange numbers. Like the first 2 or 3 days, like we're consistently having great conversation by way of text or on FaceTime or on the phone. But at the end,
wait, you said FaceTime. So you FaceTime like out the gate initially sometimes if she's got an iPhone.
I don't do it unannounced though. Like, I'll text first. I don't want you to be caught off guard. Right. I don't want to catch you off guard.
Cream. Right.
But like it takes a lot to keep my attention because I'm always moving. I'm always going. So if you can't keep up with that, and I'm not saying you have to keep up with it the way that I do, but
I got you.
You need to be creative to
get your attention,
to get my attention, and to keep my attention. Because once it's gone, like I'm on to the next.
You're on to the next. Okay.
Yeah. So trying to get serious with someone, you know, because I was raised in a 2-parent home, and all I've known is, you know, a mom and a dad and husband and wife, and they've been together for like 42 years.
All right, mama, daddy, right?
Yes. So because that's all I knew growing up, I felt like, you know, I'm going to high school, going to college. Once I got out of college, I'm getting married. So I had like a, you know, high school sweetheart. We went to college together, and the whole nine was supposed to get married, had a wedding date, didn't work out.
Wow.
Right.
I feel like in Texas, like in smaller towns and, you know, where it's more traditional, that's like the thing to do.
That's the thing to do. And that was the thing to do for me, but it didn't work out. So now that I'm older, it's like
You're not ready to settle down.
I'm not ready to settle down. Like I am completely committed to my career, and I get the whole, well, you know, you don't want to be successful, don't have nobody to share it with.
Billy D. Williams, success means nothing without someone to share it with.
I get that, but you know, it's really tough because trying to be successful and then trying to have a successful relationship
takes time. Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think that I'm willing to put in that time
with the other person
in a relationship. So I think that's why I get bored, because it's just out of habit that I really don't want to do this no way.
Right.
But it's fun to get to know someone, and it's exciting. And because I have a desire to want to be in a relationship, I entertain it. But then after like 2 months in, they're like, you know, I don't really hear from you as much anymore, and you don't text me as much. And I'm like, oh no, it ain't that, but
it really is.
Really, it is that.
Okay, so
I just have a bad way of ending stuff.
I got you.
So I'll just stop calling.
That's terrible.
I'm the worst with closure. Like I'll just stop calling and texting, and then you'll be like, so I guess you don't like me no more.
You don't like me no more? Okay, so you're not asking girls to be your girlfriend in 2014 is essentially what you're saying.
I date, like I go on dates,
but you're not asking girls to be my girlfriend.
I haven't found someone. Like I just got out of a relationship.
Okay, so you did ask some. So to get into that relationship, what did you say? Did you say, "Hey,
well, like this
Melissa,
is the thing.
Will you be my girlfriend?"
It wasn't like that. No, maybe. It was okay. So what happened? It was kind of like your story. We met through a mutual friend.
Right.
Then we started to follow each other on Instagram.
I love the social media stories.
Then we exchanged numbers.
So when you follow, do you look at all her pictures like, no, like...
If you got 1,800, I'm going back to the first picture from 89 weeks ago, and I'm scrolling up.
You gonna scroll all the way through.
I'm going through your friends list.
Wow,
I'm that guy.
You're that guy?
I am super jealous. Like, I am that guy.
You're super jealous?
I go through your friends list. I go through all your pictures. I go through your comments. I need to know, have you smashed any of my friends? Are you cool with any of my friends? Because if so, you're off limits.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
So, you know, we exchanged information and we began to talk. At the time, I was living in North Carolina.
Okay.
She was living here in LA. Hope I'm not saying too much. Then,
you don't have to tell her yourself.
Then it was like we just started to talk on the phone a lot. And I would come out here. She came to North Carolina. And I guess we just kind of became a couple.
Okay. Just by happenstance. But you didn't officially say, will you be my girlfriend?
No, but like we started to like, you know, spend the night together and go out of town together and hold hands in public. So it's like, well, we kind of are together. And like all of her friends knew I was like her guy. And all my friends knew she was my girl. But it wasn't like it was
official.
Like I was like, hey, so will you be my girl?
Okay, I think you should make that official. Okay, Marissa? So you won't tell on yourself, Matthew.
Right.
So how did your 2014 relationship, did he ask you to be his girl? How did that happen?
He didn't say it verbatim, but it's more so like you hang out a lot.
Right.
A lot. And then it's over time when you're more socializing with everyone, you're having, PDAs, then it's more like implied. You don't really have to define it.
Implied.
So you didn't want to define it.
No.
Okay.
No, because it's mostly implied.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like nowadays in LA area, not for everyone else, but I feel like everyone out here is so career centric and so into the work, and relationships are different out here because you actually really have to make the effort to go see someone else.
Absolutely.
They have to make the effort to go see you.
Yes.
And it's really, if you want to be, you should be the one who wants to be in the relationship, and that mutual, them wanting to be in a relationship. Every relationship you have to work at it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like that. And then I feel like, after it's implied for so long, it might come up through argument or through conversation or through like a little Instagram thing that so are you seeing anybody else, or who is this person that was on your page? So once those conversations come up, okay, we're together.
You know what? I'm so the person that the guy that I'm seeing a couple. But the one I like the most, I like that he's, maybe it's because we're around the same maturity level.
Okay.
That he's had like conversations. Like we've had conversations like, what do you want? What are you looking for? That kind of thing. So, yeah.
I have those conversations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Where do you see this going?
Okay, so that's kind of implied.
And Facebook kind of ruins it too, because you're like, it's not official till you're Facebook official, but that kind of ruins it too.
Until you change
a lot
your
of people
status
define
on
it that
Facebook.
way.
It is not official.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so what if you're not on Facebook?
That is 2014.
That's 2014.
Because I'm not on Facebook. So
I'm not either. I go Instagram to Facebook.
Until you take a picture
with the person
together on Instagram and you put like a little heart emoji or something like that, it's not
okay. So that's 2014 MTV AFTERBUZZ Virgin Territory.
It ain't official until your picture is on their Instagram. Then it's official.
That is
until then, we're not exclusive.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we got a new young lady to Virgin Territory, and her name is Marjorie, but she calls herself Margie.
I forgot all about her.
Yeah, so do I have a picture of her? I think I have a picture of her. Yeah, so she is, I think she's 18.
She looks 28.
But she's from Brazil.
She's from Brazil.
Yeah.
Which is kind of understandable. Because it's like sexualized and very sensual.
Yeah. But I think her makeup and
the piercings and the tattoos.
The tattoos.
Agreed. Yeah.
I was like, wow, like she doesn't feel like an 18-year-old. She definitely feels like that's a good 28-year-old. She feels like a 28-year-old.
A good strong 28.
Yeah, so she was interesting to me because she epitomizes, I think, when you're at that age. And the thing that was kind of disturbing was that when she was talking to one of her girlfriends when they were about to go paddleboarding, I'm trying to figure out how do you go paddleboarding with a full face of makeup on?
Full face.
But I get it. You're on television, Margie. I get it. You still want to be cute just in case things don't work out with the boo that you're supposed to be with.
Right.
I get it. But she was getting emotional about her friend's breakup.
Her friend was looking like,
why are you crying? For my breakup situation. And she was like tearing up like she got raped or it was something traumatic. I was like, what happened?
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah, but it was just, I think it sounded like he cheated on her.
He cheated on her, and she said, I just feel bad that something like that happened to you. And her friend was looking like,
it happens all the time.
Yeah, like that's what happens in a relationship.
Yeah,
they don't all work out.
Yeah, they don't all work out.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious because we saw her mom, and I'm always curious, like, when you see like one parent, like did she grow up in a one parent home, and that's why like she's really fearful. So when we see her in the car talking to Yago is like her. Yagu, I think I'm saying it right. Yagu is kind of like her best friend / they liked each other, almost had sex, didn't work out.
Right.
But when they were in the car and talking about, I like you, but I just got the feeling like she was fearful about rejection.
So she,
And she was fearful about the potential of somebody cheating on her and rejecting her. I was like, that is really deep. That's why I think you really have to be very careful.
You have to
But you can't be so careful that you're afraid to put yourself out there in a relationship.
You have to be vulnerable at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. And he seems like he really likes her, even though we didn't really get a feel for their relationship, because I felt like she was a little... It reminds me of like when little boys like pull little girls' hair when they're like 5, and like, oh, I don't like you, but you really like the little girl, and you pull her hair, you do something stupid. Like that's what their conversation sounded like to me. Did it sound like that to you?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was like, what are they talking about? Like I was confused.
I was confused.
She was making me mad.
She was confused.
Yeah. I was like, do you like y'all go or not? Let the boy know.
Well, I guess we'll just be friends then.
We'll leave it at that. But they had that conversation twice. I was like, now, is that in the editing, or did they really have that conversation
They probably really had it twice, because she seems like the kind of girl that's just confused about what she wants, and she doesn't want to be hurt and cheated on, and I can't.
Yeah. But I was laughing because she was like, I feel like sex should not happen in the car, in the, like she had all these in
the first time should happen in the bed.
In the bed, like that's the safest place. But where do most first times happen? I mean, I would think that would be
the very first time I had sex was at my best friend's mom's house.
In the bed, or
it was on the living room sofa. And like he was getting ready to come. Well, he didn't know.
Oh.
So I used to go over his house and spend the night on the weekends.
Okay.
So one Saturday, he had driver's ed, and he was at the house, and it was just her and I there. And that was the first time that I was a virgin. She wasn't. So she knew what to do. She was like,
So she was your teacher.
Yeah, she was my teacher. Okay. But like right when it was getting good,
he
was coming in the house.
God. But doesn't that make your adrenaline? Like I've heard that it makes your adrenaline like that. So
like we couldn't stop.
Wait, so your friend walked in while you were getting to it.
And to this day, that was like, oh my God, that was so many years. But to this day, he still like will send me a text and be like, you remember that time I walked in on you and Courtney? Carisha. Yeah. Courtney's married with kids now, so it is what it is. But so like it was on the sofa in the living room.
Wow.
At my best friend's mom's house. But I think everybody has their ideal perfect place for the first time.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I mean, I do too. Wedding, honeymoon.
Honeymoon.
Yeah. I still can decide like if I want to do like oceanfront, Tahiti, Paris, Italy. I can't really decide. But then my best friend from the 6th grade, Chanel now. Hey, Nels.
Hey, Nels.
She was like, well, you really have to wait to see who the guy is, because then she was like, you never know what he wants. I'm like, that's true. It can't be all about me, even though it
it could be like a compromise.
I think it can be. Yeah, because that's what relationships should be about, is the compromise. So, yeah, I thought she was interesting. So, I'm kind of curious to see how her storyline is going to go.
I am too.
Yeah, because this is her first show. But I hope she does more, because I feel like we're judging her a little harshly because of the way she looks.
We are cracking the whip on this
girl. We cracking the whip. But I really feel like because she's from Brazil, and Brazil is a very uninhibited, sexy, super sexy place.
Aren't the Olympics there in 2016?
Are they? Okay.
I think so.
Rio, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, it's going to be a sexy Olympics.
Sexy Olympics, yes.
We might have to
go
make
to
a trip.
That. Yes, clink, clink. Ding. Yep, Olympics 2016 Brazil, if I'm not married.
You might have to make
it. Maybe I might get married in Brazil.
Right.
So I wanted to look up, because I feel like the reason why a lot of virgins, including myself, are virgins is because we often romanticize relationships. And, this is me. Like, if I hear a song, like, I can listen to a song, like, over and over and over again, and in my head, I'm playing all kinds of stuff. And sometimes, even in relationships, like, if I meet a guy, I instantly go to the very end of the relationship. I'm like, oh, my God, we have cute kids. Oh, my God, the wedding. Oh, my God.
I think all girls do that, though.
Do you think so?
I think
so. But I think virgins probably do do it more often because I know I do. I instantly go to bam, you know, what's your name? Oh, I start seeing these, you know, this thing in my head.
Okay.
But so I wanted to talk about, because I think the thing that stops most virgins like myself is the fear of failing, divorce, being a single parent, you know, all of that stuff will be like, it'll make you stop. So I did some research on the top 10 cities to stay married. Marissa, you could definitely chime in. So the top 10 best cities to stay married: Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; Philadelphia, PA, which I was like, Philadelphia; Columbia, South Carolina.
That's kind of close to North Carolina. Stand
close.
up.
Okay. And Seattle, Washington; Plano, Texas, which I was like, okay, that's
how far is Plano from Houston?
It's very far.
Okay, good.
Yeah, completely different.
I'm like, because if it's close to Houston, that's not it.
No, totally. Plano is like a suburb in Dallas, so it's definitely Dallas.
Because I have an ex in Houston.
Okay.
And the relationship did not end well. So Houston is trash to me because of that. It has left a bad taste in my mouth. Houston sucks forever for that. I left a lot of heartbreak and money
in Texas.
Oh,
one of your exes lives in Texas.
Fargo. All my exes live in Texas.
All my exes live right.
Just one, right?
Well, it was like.
It felt like 10.
It felt like 10.
Wow, that was really.
It drained me like 10.
Yeah,
my God.
I'm surprised there's not a lot of cities in the Midwest.
Me too.
Think,
I come from the Midwest. I know a lot of married kids, or a lot of married people, a lot of single, divorced parents.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Okay,
but you know what? I think things are changing. There's still Fargo, North Dakota; Milwaukee, Wisconsin; Burlington, Vermont.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. And Laredo, Texas. So those are the 10 best cities to stay married, and the 10 worst.
I'm moving to Philly.
But you know what? I feel like maybe it's because it's like cold. Like those are a lot of cold states where it gets cold, and so maybe people are warming up against each other and making babies, and there's nothing to do. I mean, that's what I would guess.
Okay, so what are the 10 cities where people get divorced? I bet you someplace in North Carolina is up there.
No, actually not.
Okay, good.
So we got Toledo, Ohio.
Really?
Boise City, Idaho; Las Vegas, Nevada.
You know Las Vegas was going to be up there.
I'm not surprised because we call it Lost Wages. That's what I call it.
Trash Vegas.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wait. My sister went to college in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Really? What school?
She went to Oral Roberts.
That's a Christian school.
But look, after she left Oral Roberts, she went to a Bible college in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So in my head, I'm thinking Tulsa's like a bunch of traditional Republican state. Like, wow.
No.
I guess it's not a bunch of Holy Ghosts up there in Tulsa.
Nope.
To keep them people together.
Jacksonville, Florida.
I hate Jacksonville.
I have dirty because they had I think Super Bowl. I went to Super Bowl there.
Trash.
It was kind of country. Little Rock, Arkansas. My friend lives there. She's still married, so maybe it works for some people.
Okay.
Cheyenne, Wyoming. I've never heard of that. No. Norfolk, Virginia; Albuquerque, New Mexico; and Charleston, West Virginia, which I've never heard of.
Let's go back to the word country.
Right.
Because I remember when they showed Shelby in Texas with the farm and stuff.
Yes.
I just want to address Texas for a minute.
Please address Texas.
Because you are from Texas.
She is misrepresenting my state.
And I have a best friend in Dallas. And I love Dallas. Like, it's just like a cool city, great food.
It's like New York.
Like, it's like a little New York. I was shocked when I first got a chance to really explore.
Right.
But Houston, Texas, and this is not because I have an ex there, but Houston, Texas is country. The people are country. The fashion is country. The culture.
Think so.
They think that they are just like, it.
Yeah, I love Texas.
I like Texas too.
But we're not going to hate on my state. It's my state. I love it. I totally would move back there.
I like Texas, though.
If they could have more sunshine and more vegetarian restaurants and more no smoking in public places.
Really? You can smoke in Texas still?
Yes. I'd walk by and I'm like, oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't really like it. So that's what I like about California. But yeah.
A lot of those places I've never even really heard of.
I know, but I mean,
and I did pretty good in geography in school, but
I've never heard of that state. So yeah, we're not hating on Texas. I'm from Texas, and I love
Stand up Texas.
Yeah, you got to do your Longhorns. Yep. Okay, so now I stopped doing the top 10 sexiest virgins because I was running out of virgins that were actually celebrities. That
Are you on the list?
I mean, I'm on the list. I'm talking about it in public, so yeah.
I am the list.
I am part of the list. I'm the reason why there is a list. So we're gonna show. I think we have her picture. Do we have her picture? Drum roll, please. She has got the greatest eyebrows. I love.
She's beautiful.
Brooke Shields, so incredible. So she was a virgin, I think, till 22. But when I read something about her talking about being a virgin, she talked kind of about what Shelby struggles with, which is she done it sooner because she felt like she was uncomfortable in her body. I'm like, that is so interesting. That's why I think it's important for little girls to take dance classes, but obviously Shelby still takes dance classes, but I guess it's different for different people depending on your parents and your environment. Because I grew up the other way. Like, I was super, super skinny. And I was very uncomfortable because, like, I would wear, like, super big baggy clothes in high school, which I don't know why I did that because I felt like it would make me look thicker, like, you know. And I would wear, like, 2 pair of pants and then put a bigger pair of pants on top of. I know, I was doing too much. I was doing too much. And then it was hot in Texas, too, in the summertime. So I was probably losing weight while I had on all of them clothes trying to make myself look bigger. Right, basically. But yeah, so she talked about really not feeling comfortable. And if she'd had sex, she would have been more comfortable. I think it's backwards, though. Like, do you feel like having sex makes you more comfortable with your body? I think it depends on who you're having sex with.
I agree with that because I know there are some people who have sex, but they're still uncomfortable with their body. Like, they have to have sex with, like, a shirt on or with all the lights off. And I'm just like, if you got the, like, you can't have a shirt, you can't have no socks on. You
Heck, I'm gonna be like,
you gotta just be like completely all the way gone. So if you have to have on a shirt
and everything,
and socks and all the lights off, then you aren't the one for me.
No,
because I need socks off, shirt off,
everything.
And a little bit of light just so I can see what's going on.
Right, yeah, so, some candles, something. I'm a candle whore,
if you're that insecure, you probably should not be having sex because there's some internal issues that you need to.
That is a good barometer. I totally
work
agree.
On.
Yeah, like if you can't do it with the lights on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is so. Yeah. And probably most people aren't really that comfortable with their bodies.
Right.
Period.
Right.
But I think you got to really take a barometer and see.
Right.
What are you telling yourself?
Right.
And who are you allowing to tell you that? You know what I'm saying? And how you feel about yourself when it comes to being completely naked.
Right.
Yeah. And if you can't really be naked in front of somebody, why would you want? That's like the most intimate thing that you could do.
That's the most intimate, vulnerable thing that you can do. So if you can't be totally yourself in front of them, then it might not be the one for you.
That is a good barometer. So all you virgins in listening, watching on Virgin Territory, note to self, like if you can't have a great conversation with somebody and feel comfortable with that is totally first. If you can't have a great
conversation, you shouldn't even go past that.
You shouldn't go past it, but even just natural conversation too, because if you got to think about, okay, what am I going to say? Okay, then he said this and then I said that. Like, it's probably not something you should continue, like maybe be friends. And I think sometimes too, people jump past what they need to jump past just because you're attracted to somebody. Doesn't necessarily mean
Let's
that
be homies.
That you should actually get in the bed. Like, I've met tons of people and I'm like, I'm so glad that didn't work out. I'm so glad that we didn't even.
Because once I got a chance to really know you,
I don't like you.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
You're a good friend, but you would not be a good, girlfriend or a good boyfriend. Let's just be cool.
Yeah. And I think for women, we so instantly like romanticize so many things that I think it's much easier for us to go instantly to, oh, yep, he's supposed to be my man, especially if you look good on paper. Because I've run into a lot of he look good on paper. What about you, Marissa?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need to be comfortable and intimate with your significant other, and if he makes you feel like shit, then you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Totally.
Booyah.
Yeah.
I mean, because your significant other should make yourself feel comfortable in your own skin, let alone you.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. And if you can't find somebody that encourages you, like you need to like my ugly parts.
You need to love my flaws.
You need to love my flaws.
Yeah.
All of it. All of my idiosyncrasies, my craziness, my all of that.
Because I'm OCD. I need you to love the fact that I'm OCD.
Do they have to be OCD to keep up with you being OCD?
No, you don't, because I'm like the weird OCD.
But now, what's the weird OCD?
Like, if I had this down, like,
you're one of
and
those.
it was like a ring of like,
you would wipe it up.
I have to.
Wow.
Yeah. So
now, is that OCD or neat freak?
I'm not a neat freak.
Because that would be neat. What do you think, Marissa?
I think that's somewhat compulsive, but yes, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, like I'm OCD. Like everything has to be, in
an order.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm not like that. I mean, I'm neat with certain things. Like my closet is very organized.
See, and that's what's not organized.
Yeah, my closet
is a mess.
Yeah. Now, I think for me, it has to be organized because then otherwise I'm like,
I have
jeans where's this?
hung up beside shirts and sweaters hung up beside sweatpants.
Is that a girl thing? Maybe that's a girl thing.
It might be a girl thing. Okay. My closet is color coordinated.
That's my sisters. Like they have like all the reds, all the pinks, all the whites.
Yeah, you got to do it by season.
What?
Yeah, seasons are great. But I know some men that are like that too. And I appreciate that.
I do too. My dad is like that. And I'm just like,
was he in the military?
He wasn't.
Really? That's so interesting.
He's just like really into like, but he's super organized though.
Really?
Like, he plans his entire week out on paper and he sticks to it.
On paper?
Yeah, like he's super organized.
That's interesting. Oh, we like that.
So like his closet is very to the T. Like all of his striped shirts, all the polos, and then the white polos, and it's just like that, really.
Yeah. So. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, one of the articles, whenever I'm doing research about the show and what people are saying, I always want to do kind of like a little topic about virgins, and since a lot of the virgins on the show happen to be Christian, there was an article on CNN by John Blake, and he said, "Why Christians Aren't Waiting."
Ooh.
Right. Isn't that interesting? So 2014, I was like, that is so interesting because Luke Conger, who was on the show, was like the first kind of very devout, good-looking, fine, hey, Luke, with tattoos, piercings. Like, he was like kind of a bad boy-esque, but Christian, and his dad. Like, I loved his relationship with his dad. Like, it was very open. But he ended up having sex, and the girl that he was dating, I was like, oh, poor little Madeline. He broke a little heart. But the article just really talks about why Christians aren't waiting. So do you know, I'm sure you know tons of Christians.
I do.
And it's something that most Christians don't talk about, because I think it's a natural assumption that you're not supposed to do it, but you are doing it. Right. So what are your thoughts on why Christians aren't waiting? And
I think because one, like our world has, and I hate to be so deep and spiritual, but like I think that our world has become so overly sexualized.
It's so
that like it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So it's all like it's on, like you can't even watch like a hockey game or a basketball game without seeing like thighs and big breasts and big hair. So everything now is just like sex. And when something's always in your face, is if you don't have that, self-control, you will eventually give in and you won't yield to that temptation. So that's just what I think. It's just all about that self-control, one. And then two, I think that people now are just becoming very liberal.
Yeah. And I think
in their beliefs.
I agree with that. And I think the term Christian, or it's used so loosely.
Right.
Like when I watch some reality shows and I hear some people say, oh yeah, Jesus, whatever, but then you cussing up a storm and acting up a fool, and so the definition of Christianity is used so loosely.
I agree.
that people like, well, shoot, she looked like me, she sounded like me, so she probably doing what I'm doing. So, yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, wow, okay, so
that's a pretty cool arc. That's dope.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. So I'm like, okay, I like it. So I'm excited about episode number 8. So there's only like 4 more left. I can't remember who are the virgins that are coming up, but I think Anike, she actually had sex, so she's not going to be on the next show. So
they just cast her right on off when you have sex. Like, you're no longer a virgin, can't stay on virgin territory.
Yeah, but at the end, after, you remember when he was like, she was like, can we do it in 2 more days?
And he was like, I don't want to plan it. Like she said, I just have a really bad habit of planning sex.
I love it that she planned it. Yeah, so I can't wait to meet the next virgin.
I can't either.
Yeah, episode 8. So hopefully Matthew will come back and we'll have some more fun.
I would love to come back and have some more fun.
Thank you so much. So this is MTV Virgin Territory AfterBuzz TV, and hopefully you are listening on iTunes too. And I am your host, Madison Chase Fitness, and you can find me on my social media website and Instagram or MadisonChaseFitness.com. And I got a lot of social media. Facebook is Madison Chase Fitness. Twitter and Pinterest are Madison Chase Fit. And my YouTube is One Mad Chase. And Matthew, where can they find you?
My name is Matthew Rice. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew Wrights, MattheWrites. My YouTube is Matthew Wrights TV, MattheWrites TV as in television, and my website where you can buy amazing T-shirts and see all of my videos and listen to some of my music is MatthewWrights.com, MatthewWrights.com. Check it out. Check me out.
Check us out on AfterBuzz TV on YouTube and on iTunes.
Yeah, baby.
Thanks, Marissa.
Thanks, Marissa. Maria. Thanks, Madison. Thanks, Maria.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.